Hi guys, how are you? Today I want to share my immigration journey with you. I've been having a segment of interviewing some of immigrants, and they're sharing their stories, challenges, how did they get the opportunity to come to America or go to Europe, but most importantly, what challenges they face. Or what are the things they wish they could know before, so that they can get the opportunity to ease in the way on how they can be able to succeed. So one of the way I can say, okay, let me start answering some of the questions or some of the things which myself I'm part of the immigrant community. So I'll be able to share some of my journey. Maybe they can be able to help you. And so this is what I'm going to explain. It might be my personal opinion and some of my experiences, what I've been working with other people, but also some of the ways where it shows majority of people, they are facing similar situations. So I think it will be better for you also to understand. So welcome everyone. This is EBM Ernest Bovis Makulilo talking to you from my home office here in Belton, Missouri. So let me start right away to talk about something which is the first mistake people are doing when they come to America. So it doesn't matter what will be the path you are using to come to America. Let's say, assume you are the DV lottery winner. I'm giving an example. Or you come as international student, or you come under maybe H1 visa, or maybe you come here. H1 visa is the working visa if you are wondering. Or if you are coming here direct with the immigrant visa, maybe your relative has helped you to sponsor you to get a green card. So number one thing which the mistake of people they do is failure to make the final decision on day one. What does that mean? When you come here as immigrant, you tend to have a comparing the life in America and the life where you are coming from. And you need to make a decision. Are you planning to stay here forever, or you are planning to go back to your home country? Like after 5-10 years, what is your final decision? Because if you make that decision, area will help you to define how are you going to spend your resources, where are you going to invest. Those are critical, because people, they come here, they don't make that decision. They say, oh, I don't know, you win the green card lottery, but you ask someone, so do you plan, green card we know is a permanent residence, do you plan to stay here forever as a permanent until you die, or you are planning to go back to your home country and live in your home country? I don't know. I'm just listening. I'm just trying to see how things will take me. Then I will figure out down the road. You are figuring out down the road 5 years later. You haven't made that decision yet. So you end up not investing in your country. You are ending up not investing in the US. You are ending up not doing certain things in the US which could make you easier way to reach what we call the American dream. And you haven't even done a good investment in your home country. So you might end up 5-10 years later, you are still in the middle, you are half there, you are half here. You have to choose. Once you make that decision, for instance, I have won the DV lottery. I come in US as a permanent resident. I want to be there forever until I die. I go there as an international student. Yes, after international student, what I'll do, I'll try to look for the job, and when I finish my studies, if the company is going to sponsor me, get you on a visa. So if you come with that mindset, it will help you to know all this information before. Like, do you want to stay here? If you want to stay here, what are the proper ways, legal ways of staying in this country? And that's number one. Number two is, if I'm staying here on a permanent basis, down the road, you have to buy a house. Down the road, you have to get the auto loan, brand new car. Down the road, you have to have the family. What are the things should I prepare myself towards those bigger things. Down the road, I will retire in America. So if from day one you make the decision that this is where I will stay until I die, you'll be in a position to figure out all those kind of things early. You'll know the credit score and the credit card operation very, very early. You will know for sure how to start doing some investment, buying the types of life insurance or type of different insurance, and how to put your money in a proper way. If you have a child, you know how can you put your college fund? How do you put this one? You can start early to invest. But if you don't make that decision, you'll be in trouble. Don't be in the middle. If you are making the decision that, oh, my plan, I have won the DV lottery. Yes, I'm going to US. My plan is I go there, I work a lot, get the money, and I invest in my country. Down the road, I'll be coming here to visit, but my plan is to invest in my home country. Maybe is the Philippines, or my home country is Ghana. My home country is there in Liberia, or is in South Africa. Whatever it is, you have to make sure that if that is your plan, work hard, get the money, and make sure that you invest. But don't be in the middle. I want to be here, I want to be here. You'll waste so many years. That is the mistake number one many of us are doing when we come to these countries. We still want to hold of our countries. Like, okay, I'm still this and I want to be here. So you find out some people, they go to, they live here and they go to build a home. They say, this is the home where I'll be going to visit when I go to my home country. But you ask the person, how many times do you go to your country? Maybe once in 2 or 3 years. And you go there, you stay for 1 week. So you are building the house just to stay for 1 week in 3 years. That doesn't make sense. Even if it will be for each year to stay 1 week, why can't you stay in the hotel or in your home, I mean the home of your family? Why do you want to spend so? But if you are building for the matter of making as a business investment like Airbnb or a guest house or just a rental property, that's a good idea. But don't just hold on, I want to have just a home because I will be coming there to stay in my home country for 1 week and then I come back to US. So you need to make that kind of decision. Many people don't make that decision. And the time goes so fast, they fail to figure out what is their priority in their life. 15 years later, 20 years later, you haven't made a decision. You haven't decided where I want, if you will be planning to buy a house in America. So if you want to buy a house in America, you haven't even started the building your credit score. But if you know for sure I want to stay here, start everything early. Don't wait. There's no time to wait. And if you come on the visa, each day, you don't need to be happy like, oh, I'm in America, the day is going so fast, I'm having good time. Each day is 1 day negative on your visa. That means the days are going fast. Today is the day is going away, so the fewer days remain on your visa. So you have to make sure that you process everything faster. If you are studying masters, you have to know what is the next plan. Am I going to apply for OPT, which is optional practical training, or I want to go direct for PhD? Don't wait until the deadline is gone, then you start worrying, how can I apply? No, you have to do right away and go ahead and do that. So that is the mistake number one majority of immigrants are doing. You want to know what is the mistake number two? Okay, so number one is that decision. Number two is to make sure that how are you going to move forward? By moving forward, I mean, again, you need to have a priority straight. Am I going to have a family here or have family in Africa? Am I going to invest here or invest in there? Everything they're coming on, everything kind of decision. Am I planning to become a US citizen or not to become a US citizen? Because let's say you have a green card, you have to make that decision. Do I need to become a US citizen or not? What am I going to gain if I become a US citizen? And what am I going to lose by becoming a US citizen? For instance, I'm coming from Tanzania. That is my country originally from. My country is Tanzania, doesn't have dual citizenship. So once you want to make that decision, you have to be very careful. You have to make calculated decision. That what are you going to gain and what are you going to lose? For me, it was easy to make that decision. Why? I don't own anything in Tanzania. When I was coming to America, I just finished my bachelor degree. I finished on May 30th. The day I'm finishing bachelor degree, I know I'm on 15th of August, I'll be in the plane coming to America. So I have my bag. I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't have any burden where I don't owe anybody. I didn't have any asset. I don't have a car. I don't have a house. I don't have a farm. I don't have anything. So I had my bag from the university in the air, going to the airport, coming to America. So for me, becoming a US citizen, I'm not losing property. But if, let's say, you are coming here, you have won the DV lottery, you already have 2 farms, you own bigger piece of land, 5 acres, for instance, you own the house, you need to make that decision by considering all those kind of things, like, should I become a US citizen or not? Because if you become a US citizen and your country doesn't allow dual citizenship, because there are so many countries in which they don't allow dual citizenship. But if your country allows dual citizenship, that's not a big deal. You can decide to become a US citizen and you don't lose the other citizenship. So if you're coming from a country which has dual citizenship, you have to make those kind of calculated decisions. Don't wait too long, and because you might lose certain opportunities. And you have to know that. Because if you, let's say, you say, my plan is to be here for a longer time, and I want to go all the way until maybe I want to become senator, I want to become a governor, I want to become congressman, congresswoman. So what you need to do, I mean, you have to become a US citizen. I want to work for the federal government job. I want to become CIA. I want to become FBI agent. I want to become, to work with the NSA. I want to work with the Treasury Department or Justice Department or Department of State. I want to become diplomat. If you are thinking all those kind of things, you want to access all benefits, all access of opportunities which are here, and you think that these opportunities, they require US citizenship, they require a certain kind of level of being cleared to have security clearance, obviously you have to take a US citizenship. So by making the earlier decision that what is your overall purpose. So for me, making the decision that I want to become at the peak, I want to make sure that I live here, I have the American dream. That's why I joined the US military early. That's why I became a US citizen. I didn't even question, like, is it a bad decision? Am I going to regret? No. Obviously, yes, I'm originally from Tanzania. I have family, I have friends, I have whatever. Yes, I have connection, but that doesn't mean that I'm not American. It's not that I'm going to betray my country, Tanzania, or I'm betraying now US as a US citizen. No. So these are the things you need to understand. At the beginning, you have to make all these kind of decisions so that do you want to become, you cannot say I want to become FBI, at the same time you don't want to become a US citizen. I want to become, let's say, to run to become a congressman or congresswoman. At the same time, you don't want to do that. I want to vote in the American election. At the same time, you do not know that if you vote and you are not a US citizen, the law says you'll be deported. So those are the things you need to understand at very, very early. The mistakes you are going to do. And other things you need to understand very, very early or very quick are the things which are common in our cultures, are not or are illegal here in the US. For instance, you are coming from the society or the country, the drinking age is not there. For instance, in many countries in Africa, you can go and drink, buy beer, wine, buy cigarette, no one cares. They don't ask for ID. Or your country, legal age of drinking is 18. You come in US is 21. Don't drive don't drink and drive. You are used to get beer and you go and drive. You do here, you'll be in trouble. You used to discriminate or beat or abuse women and children. Those sometimes other cultures that is common. You go to the police, they ask, why don't you respect your husband? Because the system is so male dominance. You come in America, you do those crazy things, you might be in so much trouble. You come from the culture, you are allowed to have more than one wife, either by your culture or by your religion. You come here, is not allowed. So you have to know, not everything works in your culture. They will be allowed here, to be legal here. And you have to know, when you say I'm going to invest in my country, as green card holder or US citizen, when you are filing the tax, you have to declare to show what you have out of the country and how much do you get. You have to pay tax for that, because otherwise you will be in trouble. You'll end up showing that you are just doing money laundering. So all those kind of things you need to understand very, very early, and you have to be able to succeed. What I'm thinking to create a small book, which will be just like a small guidelines, just like a small blueprint. Like, these are the things you have to do at the beginning. These are the things you need to consider. These are the things when you move from this stage to this stage. But overall, try to have friends who are from different professions. Whether they're American, whether they're also international, there is no problem. But have people from different professions will help you a lot. Someone who is a lawyer, someone who is a banker, someone who is economy, whatever, someone who is a financial advisor. All those connections will be able to help you down the road to make a very good decision, informed decision, when you want to be able to succeed. And don't take all your advice you are given by your fellow immigrant, whether it's illegal, whether it's economy, whether it's investment, whether it's anything. Nobody knows everything. I can give you, even myself, I give this advice, I'm explaining everything. Don't take everything for granted. Just, okay, this is okay, I'm going to implement. You can go and read or go and ask for other people who are professional, especially if they are legal related advice. So those are the few things I want to make sure that you understand that these are the first mistakes people are doing. These are the things myself, my experience, my first things on my experience when I came to America. Those are the first things to make the decision on day one. What do I want by being here? Do I want to stay here? So if I want to stay here and make to stay here, that's why I didn't worry. I didn't start like dating someone in Africa, in my home country, that to bring someone in America. No, I knew I'm coming here, I'm staying here, I'm having the family, so I had to marry here, everything. So from day one. So it wasn't a surprise even to my family when I said, okay, I'm getting married on this day. It wasn't a surprise because they knew that this is the things I told them I'll be able going to do. So those are the things you need to be able to be aware of from very, very early stage. So let me end up here for now. Then I will make other videos related to how to start the life here in America. Thank you, everyone. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/EBM Scholars for English, and for Swahili videos, youtube.com/EBM Swahili.